exercise period a day during lockdown. You were allowed to go out, walk, run, and I think maybe cycle. So we started doing walking diaries. What's on your mind when you're doing your daily exercise?
Hi, this is Ruby Wax. I'm walking in a communal garden.
Hello, I'm Sarah Parrish. Thanks for joining me on my walk today.
So compared to most people, I think those of us who live here on the north bank of the Solent, the north shore of the Solent, got it pretty good in life.
Hello, it's Rob the Bank from Camp Festival and various other ventures. Thanks for tuning into Walking Diaries.
Hi, my name's Alex Danson, and I am, like everybody else, staying at home over this period of time. I guess the one thing that I am thoroughly enjoying is getting outside for pretty much about an hour of walking every single day.
Some great BBC Radio Solent listeners recorded their walking diaries for us, a few celebs, as you heard just there as well. Now, when you were doing your daily stroll, did you hanker after something to make it a bit more interesting? Did you, for example, kick a ball along while you were doing so? Let's talk now to walking footballer James Trant, who has got a great story of how he walked his way into the sporting record book, scoring England's winner against Italy in the Walking Football European Championships final last year, aged a tender 63 years old. Good morning, James.
How are you doing?
Very good. Yeah, it's Pat at this end. It's lovely to talk to you, James. This is an absolutely fantastic tale. Tell me, first of all, how you got into walking football. How long have you been doing it?
I think I retired in December 2015, and in 2016 I met someone at a pension meeting to try and sort out how I'm going to live for the next so many years. And he introduced me into walking football, and he was playing with Eastleigh, and it started from there. So I started playing with Eastleigh, and I did a tournament in Bournemouth. And a couple of weeks later, I pulled my hamstring. So that was me finished for about 6 months, and a groin injury. And then I started playing again. And then we won the national tournament. Eastleigh won the national tournament that was held in Solihull. And the England manager was there. And he selected myself and the Eastleigh goalkeeper, Ross Everton, to go for trials for the southwest region. Hampshire is actually in the southwest region.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's a slightly odd line to draw down that map, isn't it? But we'll take it for what it is.
It is, yeah. So, and from there, I went for England trials, and it's just been a fantastic ride for me, really, considering there's some really good players out there, and the aspect of walking is so difficult, playing football and not running, and it takes a while to get used to that. And I think everyone's got to admit, even myself, there's times when those first 3 steps you take, you tend to accelerate from a walk, a standing place to that inertia to get you going. So
yeah.
Well,
I was going to ask you about that, James, because we've talked about walking football on the show before, and we know it's great for people who might have certain health conditions like heart conditions and that kind of thing. You want to be able to keep your exercise levels up, but you don't necessarily want to, you wouldn't start jogging with a heart condition necessarily, not without some very strict doctor's advice anyway. So that can be really good for people. But is it tempting? Because you're an ex-player as well, we should say. You turned down, I'm told here, you turned down the Saints 50 years ago.
It's all about confidence, Pat. I had a lot of confidence when I was playing, but off the pitch, if someone doesn't build confidence into you, you don't have that belief. And you need, every footballer knows, especially goal scorers, a lot of it's in the head. And when you haven't got that confidence, and you can get a few knocks, and when someone says I was a yard too slow, that really got into my head. I was playing a rock-hard pitch, and when I was playing football, it was the physical side. And when we played it up all those years ago, there was a lot more physicality, slide tackling, things like that. So it was quite a physical game. And when you've got older brothers, you're used to that physicality. So
yeah. And it is a different in that respect. But is it difficult as someone who has played the game in walking football? What constitutes a run? Does it sometimes get controversial if you're moving a little bit too fast? Is that something you can get the whistle blown for? You
can, even sidestepping quickly.
Really?
Yeah. In the internationals, there's 2 referees, and they're very, very strict on contact and running. And when I played my first international, after 2 minutes, I had 2 warnings. because you just get excited and you know the ball's there and you go back. You don't think you're 65 or 60. Well, actually, I'm 64, by the way.
I apologise. Happy birthday.
Not quite yet. I'll be 65 in September, so
sure.
it's going too far. You know, it's just one of those things. The ball's there in front of you, and it's a real mindset. And there's some really good players out there, but they do lack a bit of control on that side of the game. And the referees, local referees, are more tolerant. But there's only one referee, and they can't see people moving behind, and if they're running up to catch up in position.
Well, I don't think we're in danger of VAR coming into walking football just yet, so it will still be down to the...
Not quite. You
never know. As we go forward. And Eastleigh Walking Football Club, I mean, it's got a good reputation. The BBC did a sort of ring round a while ago and estimated there's something like 40,000 walking football players across the country, which is astonishing, really. But it's obviously picking up steam, it's picking up momentum. And Eastleigh, where you are, has this great reputation as well, doesn't it, James?
It's fantastic. The way it integrates into the community and other local teams as well. We were playing against other local teams, and there's a great, everyone getting together. They've known each other when they're sort of playing at schoolboy level. You're re-meeting those people again. I mean, I met a guy that I used to play with Southampton Boys, and there's another guy I used to go to school with, a couple of guys, and it's just amazing. You just feel so much younger again. It's like living again.
What's the age range like there? Because you're 64, as you've said. What's the age range like at Eastleigh?
Well, as one of the old boys, unfortunately, we lost him recently, Norman Pendlebury. He said these young 50-year-olds are like kids. So we have anything from 50 up to. Well, poor Norman, he lost. He was 84 and he was still playing. And
wow,
it brought him back into a community. He lost his wife. He was lost. He came back he came into the club, played walking football. He played it all his life, and it brought him back to life again. He had a reason to go somewhere every week, get up and get fit and get that exercise, and that's what's important. You mentioned it before about exercise, and it's the mental health side of things. It's just getting out, meeting people, stopping for lunch afterwards. It's that sort of thing. We had another guy. He had dementia, and he used to come and play. And we lost him this year. He was only 62, and I used to play. We used to make sure he kicked one way all the time. And I used to go up to him and say, "Yeah, you're kicking this way this half." And of course, I used to get told off and things like that. But you just.
But I bet the years dropped off him though, because he was enjoying it so much. That's the thing, isn't it?
He loved it, but unfortunately, dementia got worse, and it's so sad, a sad demise.
Well, look, it's great to talk about the rise of walking football, and finally, James, 50 years on from being a Southampton schoolboy player to scoring the winner in the game against Italy. What was the score in that game, by the way? Was it 1-0, or was it a bigger score?
No, it was 1-0 when I came on.
Super sub.
I came on super sub, and. I scored the second goal, and then not long after that, one of their guys got sent off, and then we scored a third. So it settled it down. Once we got the second, we were never going to let another one in.
Very memorable moment. James, it's really good to talk to you. Thanks for coming on to talk about walking football, your European experience, but also all the great work being done by Eastleigh Walking Football Club as well. And happy birthday when it arrives, not before time, though, not too soon. Nice to talk to you.
All the best. Thank you.